Okay, we should be waiting for the ad to get over, but I am here. Hello, Ron. Oh, I guess I need to go into the world as well. We'll get there. Just gotta wait for the ad to get over. It's got about a minute to go yet, so we'll just kind of hang out here. But if you're not seeing the ads and you can see, whoops, hang on, gotta hit the game screen. Ugh, always one derp after another. Hey Ajax, welcome in. Today I'm going to be on Lost and Alone. And I'm still waiting for that ad to get over. These are the current worlds I have just kind of sitting here. Maybe one day we'll visit the Star Wars mashup for those that haven't played that. That's a marketplace map. I can't remember, but I think I might have got that free. This is one of my favorite one-block maps, the one-block Dodo by Dodo. This one, I can't recall. This one was a bit of a struggle. This one's okay. What am I hearing? I shouldn't be hearing anything. Okay, yeah, there we go. Hi, Scrub. How you doing? Okay, let's go to Lost and Alone. Scrub says, doing all right? Good, good. Okay, well, anyone who's been here to see Lost and Alone has probably not seen this because B was kind of busy off stream. No, I don't like that. There we go. Gotta have this. Oh, it's getting dark, or is it getting morning? Getting dark, I would say. So I will sleep. And I'll show a few things that I've done while I was off stream. If I can find my bed. That guy over there, he claimed my bed. And he doesn't want to let go and claim one of the beds he has. How have I been? I've been fine since yesterday. Yesterday I was not so fine. I don't know. It was just kind of weird, that whole sleeping in till like after 9 o'clock that I don't usually do. Kind of threw me for a loop, so I was kind of feeling sluggish yesterday. But anyway, what I did while I was off stream was I dug out the basement. And obviously I've put in a lot of chests and added their signs to them. These so far are the only things that I've actually transferred from the little house that I have up there into here. Scrub says, dang guy. What are you saying dang guy to? Huh? Oh, and I got myself a pink sheep. He came wandering in. So not only do I have 2 of them over on Sakura's Mystery, but I have one here now. I named him Pink Sheep because I didn't have any better names to name him at the moment. Oh, the dang guy stole my bed, right? Yeah, you gotta kind of remind me of what I even talk about because I don't remember. Short-term memory lost. Ajax says third. Is that third here? Yeah. Third here in chat. Yeah. Today. But I had considered possibly digging even more levels lower, but there's a lot of, and I've lit it up, there's a lot of kind of smallish cave type stuff underneath here. It's not like the big massive caves or anything. But I did that. So, yeah, again, today I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, but it's my normal stream day, so I wanted to, keep streaming and keep that in place. A little later than usual, I was watching Corner Hard, and some of you know he has rated me a couple times here, and I kind of didn't, it's kind of weird, I kind of feel awkward having one of the devs rate me. Maybe I shouldn't. And he just chooses random people from whatever list he looks at, which is fine. Hi, Snow Beans. How you doing? And so I wanted to just watch him today rather than have him come and possibly rate me again. So it's all good. Sorry, I feel like I got some stuff stuck in my teeth. I'm sitting here playing with my mouth. Scrub says, hey Beans. Ajax says, no problem. Third sheep. Yeah, see, here I go. I forget what I'm talking about. But first on this, and Ajax says, hi Snow, and Snow says, Snow Beans. I am doing well. Hope you are as well. Yes, I am, thank you. I think I'm doing much better today than yesterday. Let's see, what was I moving over? I'm moving stuff over. Not that I have a lot here, but my storage room, excuse me, is not. It's not automated. It's all manual, and yes, it's fairly large, but I'm just moving stuff over, and because I have these alphabetized, that's why I'm doing this the way I am rather than just breaking the chest off the bat. Now I'll break the chest. Yeah, some things are a bit kind of an OCD thing for me. Alphabetizing things is one of them. So all the tree log stuff is alphabetized. I did leave an empty chest, and I'll explain that in a minute. And then I left these 3 empty for additional any kind of wood products. The one thing I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to put like the crimson stem, because in a sense it's tree, but it's also from the nether, and my plan for this room, this wall will probably predominantly be like earth type rocks and dirts, of overworld type stuffs. This wall, I think, or maybe portion of this wall and a portion of this wall, one will have the nether type blocks, and this would have maybe, there's not very many in the end, so maybe nether and end. There's really not a huge amount in the nether either, and some of them, even though this is probably going to be a somewhat long-term world and it's my solo world, this is probably going to be my primary base, even though I will create other bases throughout the world over time. Dang stuff in my mouth. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Yeah. So that's why this room is so large, because for the future it will probably have a lot. And if someone knows, I don't know that chests and signs do or do not add to any kind of lag issues. Let's see. Bean says, oh, he says hi to Ajax and Scrub, and Ajax says, I would never have thought of alphabetizing my dye, but I'm dyslexic, so yeah, well, I understand that. But I did alphabetize my flowers, and they will be split up in 2 double chests, but right now I just have them all in 1 chest. But they're alphabetized for the ones that I have. I still need to create the closed eye blossom. I can do that just by making more of the open ones and then waiting for daylight when they close. There's probably other well, I know I don't have all of the flowers. Obviously, I don't have the ones for the sniffers, the torch flower, and the what's the other one? Yeah, you guys know what it is. And so here's where the dyes go. Okay, and I don't make black dye specific. Hey, Polly, I've been missing you. Where have you been? You have to tell us all the things, what you've been up to. Just working or going out and enjoying some vacation time? That would be nice, wouldn't it? I was starting to say I don't make black dye because you can just use the ink sac straight away for black. And blue and brown, of course the cyan. Let's see. Make sure I got these in the right order. I don't think I'm missing. These aren't in order. Oh, that's because I have extras. So these are the... Okay. Let's get this how I usually have it. I separate these into that. See, this is gray, so it goes up there. So if I have more than a stack. And the way I usually get my dye, don't laugh, I just buy it from the trader a lot of times. I know it's easy to grow the flowers with the bone meal, and I have a composter system out there where I get lots of, or well, not lots, but enough bone meal that I could do the flower thing. But it's one of those things that sometimes you do. Polly says, been very busy at work. I have to go back at 9 for another delivery. So that's, let's see, it's 6 my time. So that's a few more hours. Okay. Yeah, I'm only planning on streaming probably for the 2 hours today since I'm just kind of playing by ear. And why are you laughing, Polly? Ajax says, sounds busy. Yeah. Yeah. Polly, you need to get in on some of the conversations that we're having in the Sakura Discord for next season. Put your input in there. Because you buy your dye from the trader. That's not the only thing I buy from the trader, especially in the early game. And especially when I haven't, well, I think I do have all of the different types of saplings. And I grow the trees, but I've been thinking, mind you, thinking can change. It often does. There's dinner. Already cooked. Look at that steak. Yum. What was I saying? Oh, the trader and the logs and the saplings and all that. I think I have everything. In fact, yeah, actually yesterday I just bought some acacia because for some reason the acacia trees, I've either walked away and not picked up the saplings the few times I've grown one here. And the same with the birch. The birch doesn't seem to want to drop very many saplings of late. Ajax says, yes, I have given some truly evil idea. You should see all the... Oh, in the Discord. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Like doing away with mending books entirely. Yeah, that would not be fun. I mean... But then again, you think about it, if you get the villagers that give you all the diamond stuff, you just buy them, right? So you shouldn't ever truly run out of gear and tools and such, right? Like these guys, you know, they've got axes and pickaxes and all those things and more of those things. I don't know how I got those that way. And these guys have these things, so we can get all the diamond gear we want. But the wings without mending. For those who don't go to the end on their own, they either have to buy more or start taking chances. That's a thing. Yeah. Okay, where was I? Transferring stuff down to the storage. I'm sure that's exciting. So if you guys have questions you want to ask, you know, about me and what I do or don't know about Minecraft, or how I got into it, which I did cover on the first stream, but I don't know. What am I doing here? I haven't set those chests in place yet. Dirt. I might leave dirt over here in this house. This might be the dirt hut. Maybe? You think? Or not? Wool. I don't have wool over there yet. I don't have cobbled deep slate. Copper. Oh, copper. Depending on how much copper gets done, would you ever play Java? Only if I could use a controller. Because, and I've explained this to a few people on occasion, my ability to use a keyboard is limited, and that comes from having been an office clerical worker, secretary type worker my entire work career. So my brain has trouble switching from, because I don't even think about words. It's like sight that translates when I'm typing on a keyboard. I'm not spelling the word out at all. It's just like if I did like wood, it's there, it's typed. I don't even think about it. But with gaming and using a keyboard, and I know you can change different keys. I know so little, but I do know just a little. The WASD, I've tried that before, and I just can't keep it retained in my memory. And maybe that's part of it now too, just being the more highly leveled up person that I am. The brain doesn't want to accept certain things in a rapid manner. Ajax says he would try. Polly, it's so fun. It's hard to get back into Bedrock though. No, don't say that. Don't leave us. I hope you're planning on coming back on the next season. Hello, Dragging My Tail. Welcome in. Glad you could be here today. What's your punny joke for today? This is something down here, and Mickey's not here. I wanted to show it to her because Mickey has a redemption on her streams, as does Mike the Maniac, and I think it's because they both shared a base on Slackville. But her redeem is a boat of different. She has a big ship that she also does for channel points, large numbers of channel points. And she has little boats like this. And I'm not sure what Mike's are. But I saw this online the other day, and it's such a simple little boat. But the problem that I have with it, that I'm seeing, is I can't push this silly boat over. It only goes one direction when I try to push it, and that's backwards and forwards. So I don't think that would be something I would do, just because there are other people already doing boats out there as a redemption. What I'm thinking is something that has to do with bees or honey. So if y'all have any ideas, you can shoot them to me. I don't know, if you're in my Discord, you could do it in my Discord. If you're not, then those who are on Sakura can send me a direct message through there, I suppose. I'm not a very mentally creative person. We're going to harvest a little sugar cane today. Or I should say not today, but at this moment. While I figure out what to do while I'm stalling, transferring stuff into the storage room. I still need to make my sheep farm too. Yeah, you guys. The bees are doing well. I need to make a barn for my horses. Oh, funny story, guys. Those who were here the last time I streamed on Lost and Alone, remember what I was doing? I was out getting gold. I went all the way 4,000 blocks that direction to find the Badlands, and found a lot of gold. I did find it, but I came back after stream, and I was playing here in my world, and I went to put something in here to smelt, and it's like, why isn't it turning on? I had all the fuel in here. Go away. You guys get in the way. You need a barn. What I found was, let's see if I can remember what it was I found. The gold nuggets. No, not the gold nuggets. I had somehow managed, I probably put lava buckets here. So that was what I had. However, that's only part of it. I did have gold nuggets. I found them in, was it this side? Because this side had no fuel. I think I found them on this side. Yeah. So it was a thing. I really didn't have to go all the way out to the Badlands to get the amount of gold that I needed to finish discounting the last 9 villagers. So I also did that off stream. They've all been converted. They're all at their lowest prices that they will get. And Mr. Golden Boy, he forever lives here in his own little entrapment house. Yeah, that's where he lives. He does. Dragging my tail. My name is a joke. That's all I got today. And I guess you are dragging your tail today then, right? I understand those days. That was actually yesterday, really. Polly says, my fingers keep going back to the home row by habit. Then I'm like, why can't I move right? See, I don't even know what all the keys do on the keyboard like other than like the WASD or what, directions or something. And I know you can use a shift for something, and I think there's an L for something, and then there's the arrow keys. I don't know. And who is it? One of the hermits. I think I saw part of a video where he's changed that. I forget which one he is. Where he, what is it? He puts his thumb all the way over on the shift key to do something. That hurts my thumb to even think about it. I think he said he broke himself of that now. Polly says, welcome in, dragon. Make bees for a redemption. Actually make the bees. Then I got to figure out how big to make the bees or how small and where we want to put them. I have to do some research on that. Yes, indeed. That does cross my mind, actually making a bee. And then at what level would that redemption be? If it's depending on the size, a big bee for a lot of channel points, or an itty bitty bee for a few channel points. Like a single bee nest and put it in the air and put buttons on it as pretend wings or something. You sell yourself short. You fine with your building. I've seen plenty who are more questionable than what you do. Well, yeah. It's probably just that it's intimidating to do it on stream. Like yesterday when I was trying to do that, thinking about the lighthouse. Oh my gosh. I just felt just totally intimidated. So let's see. What do I have down here? Okay, that's my drop-off bin when I don't know what to sort where. So I have those things. Well, these obviously are stones, but because these are what I have. These are representative of what I have up in the other house. So I was going to try and sort them out. This is actual drops that I don't place somewhere else. And right now I'm actually putting bones up in the compost collection thing, but I think I might move that composter somewhere else eventually. And did I say, the utility items. Because see, these are close to the opening, which I'm not sure if I'm leaving the opening here, but for now, these are what I'm considering utility items. Obviously, I don't have a lot of those. The TNT was from raiding that desert temple last week. And I don't know if I'll leave Sakura as a stream on Thursdays or not. But it is the best day for my daughter to come in and be part of chat and act as a mod. Again, what am I doing? Oh, some of these things need to go down eventually. Okay, I need a place for the wools. And I have wool. Oh, that's the other thing I needed. Was that here? I gotta think. I'm starting to confuse the two worlds. No, I think it's shears that I need on Sakura for the one bee nest. I think I'm going to take the bottles out and put shears in and get the honeycomb instead of the honey bottles for a while. But here, okay, we'll make the paper, take care of that, put that up here since I'm standing right here. We'll take this over to the cleric. We'll give that to him. That's his food. And I've been storing my gunpowder there for now. So I know there's something he uses gunpowder for, but I couldn't tell you what it is. What's he out there? Just a pig. Okay. I know, I was probably going to sleep again and changed my mind. See, my wool is alphabetized too, but this is all I have for wool right now. I don't have all the colors. I don't know if I'm going to get all the colors. This is sand and its related items. These are largely items that from fishing that I've kind of set aside to use as additional XP by disenchanting them most of the time. Although, I might have kept those. These I have here because I don't have villagers with these specific trades that are maxed. Nope, these are the additional bows I have, so maybe those are disenchantables. Yeah, you'll see me stop and do a lot of thinking today. More books, more bows, plants. Okay, I think I can take those over. I have area for plants. That's going to be pretty much where, that's just junk armor. Food and fuel. Well, sort of fuel. Okay. I've set these 3 aside for the mushrooms. They're the red mushrooms, and I know you can make blocks and stuff. I need to really build up supplies of a lot of stuff before I can really build a lot, frankly. I haven't done a lot of resource gathering. So let's see, we have the two things for flowers there. One thing for dyes, and that should be sufficient. For now, I think these were not alphabetized. I was not that picky with the various plants. These are overworld plants. I think I kept the melons because I wanted melon seeds. Cocoa beans. I should probably go plant some of those. That's a water pad. That's water. So maybe desert and dry environment. Short grass. I probably got that out of a villager chest. And the firefly bushes. They're kind of found, well, they're kind of found everywhere now, aren't they? Swamps, dry environments, or savannas. Is that where they're found? I think so. There we go with that lip smack again. Ajax, yeah, I need to get myself some blast armor for Sakura. I need to get regular skelly skull by blowing up charged creepers. Yeah, I haven't tried doing that yet. I know it's a thing, I just haven't done it. So let's see, this can be maybe for now. I can always change this later. I'm going to label this. What will I name it? Put the caps on. Ground plants. I don't know. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll take. Well, I don't need to take them out. I already have them. These will be aquatic plants. We'll put the lily pads and the sea pickles up there. It might not even be just plants. See, then, well, if I put the aquatic plants there, then I can transition into, because I have the corals. Probably best for me is just kind of tentatively get things over here, and then that way I can kind of go with what I have. I've tried charting this out. I've even looked up other content creators to see how they do theirs. Everybody's different, obviously. Okay, he's got some nice dark oak. I have yellow already. I don't know how much yellow I had. I think I have the brain coral. I'm not going to worry about that. Why not? I'm getting... I guess that's all I got. Bucket of tropicals. Nope, we won't get the tropicals today. Sorry, your little boy's got to go bye-bye. And you can go bye-bye too. Don't want anything more from you today. You'll be back in a while anyhow. These guys. Oh, maybe it was... Oh, guess I didn't have the brain coral. Oh well. Next time. Well, I wanted to go put these out here on the jungle trees. I think firefly bushes are on any river biome. Is that the qualifier? I guess I really haven't paid attention to that too much. There is no correct way to do storage. It's all preference. Isn't that the truth, Polly? You know, I was even looking at what I had on Sakura for this current season and thinking, well, maybe I'll do it that way. But that is kind of my minimalist storage, because when we started this current season, I kind of told myself I wasn't going to be a hoarder. And then we also have practically unlimited shulker boxes, shulkers, so things could be condensed more, and we have that ability to condense certain blocks, though I never really utilized that. So here, I don't know how long it will be before I get shulkers. I have not even gone to where the portal is, the stronghold. I have a general idea. It's 1,500 blocks. What was it? It was kind of south that way, maybe that way more. I'm not sure. Oh, I could put this away, of course. Not acacia, not bamboo, birch, and dark oak. And these would be, where did I say, the corals. We'll go up here, bubble and horn. That goes upstairs still. I need to find, yeah, leather. Leather's kind of a drop, but, well, leather technically is a drop. But do I want to put it in here? I guess I already am putting it in here. I guess I moved it and forgot. Yes, that's a thing. Yes, indeed. Maybe next stream will be bee versus the dragon. Yeah. We got the end, and we still need to conquer the nether too. Okay, I gotta see what that little thing is. Sneak. Okay, yeah, sneak. Uh-huh. I like all these different emotes. Yeah. Gosh, what do I even need to fight the dragon? I mean, I've only done it with you guys as a group and with my daughter and the grandkids in groups. I'm trying to think if I've, other than the Sakura people, if I've fought it with any others. I think the very first time I went to the end with Cuban and crew to fight the dragon, I think I got in one whack and that was it. Well, your nether will be harder than the dragon. You're probably not wrong. But I did light up, at least part of that soul sand area, so that's going to help a little bit. I mean, I could always do nether work. Could even go in there today. Although I've been trying to save up my XP levels. A bow, a sword, and that's it for the dragon? That's all? And a torch for the egg, right? So that I get my dragon egg. Those things are pretty. Okay, we did the plants, right? I got all the plants out of there, so I can get rid of that box. Do I want to move over anything? If I leave all the dirt and stuff here, I guess, let's see. I wonder if I have a list of this alphabetized. I could pull up over on my other monitor. Let's see, where is it? In there. There, because I know you guys can't see this, but it's okay. Let's see. I had it open. I have a screenshot of that. It's that, yeah. That has the kind of the alphabetizing of my shop from, or not my shop, of my storage for the stones. And even that, I'll probably still get them in all the wrong order. And it's okay. Again, as I said, I can always change things. But for now, okay, stone, here. Let's see, calcite. That's an early part of the alphabet. Snow is towards the end, tuff's towards the end. Gravel's in the middle. Netherrack's going to be in its own section for the nether stuffs. That goes under stone, cobblestone. So I guess cobble will come. Some things there's probably going to be a lot more of, like stone and cobblestone. Because stone I also used to trade with the villager. So, let's see, a jetpack. A jetpack makes it an easy flight. I don't have a jetpack. I don't have wings. I'd have to be in the end to get the wings. Or are you talking about the nether? Wings come in handy in both places, I'm told. I haven't used wings in either place. I should probably do that, huh? Before I leave Sakura. Well, I'm not leaving Sakura, but before the season ends, I should probably say I've flown in the end and flown in the nether at least once. Ajax, everything else just make it easier. Yeah. That, or you could do it the speed run way with, I think it's 4 or 5 bits. I've watched Groova do that, but never closely enough to have it memorized on how to do that. I'd probably blow myself up before I ever blew the dragon up. Anyway, stone. So, do I want to do going this direction? Nah, we'll start over here. So what's the first stone? Andesite. Whoops, I already was on caps, wasn't I? Andesite. This is riveting content, isn't it? So we have andesite. Then we would have, trying to think how much I would need. If at some point eventually, I only really need a double chest, and probably not even that, because it would be nice to eventually have the shulkers. And Dragon says, B, you are adorable. I might be a bit goofy. Oh, thanks. You know, I actually found a lady streaming Minecraft, even with a camera, and she was a year older than I was. I just find that kind of remarkable. I didn't follow her. It's like I have so many people right now that I follow that I can't even watch everyone I'm following. You know, I have 4, 5, 6 streams open half the time. And even now I'm probably streaming when someone I would normally watch is live. Let's see. Andesite. Anyway, yeah, I was saying the shulkers. And if something at some point proves really beyond my abilities, somewhere considerably down the road, like I know Ajax has done a shulker farm in the end, correct? And I know on this other realm that I'm on, I think I was talking about this some yesterday. Nick and Schmitty have both, they've done one together in the overworld. There's like a 90% chance anyone I'm talking to on Twitch is younger than me. I'm not. Pretty sure about that. Ajax, I have done both end and overworld. Okay. Shulker farms. Okay. Well, at some point, if you would be open to it, or anyone else, I might open up for a stint. If you could teach me, if I'm having struggles in that regard, on whether it's the shulker farm or I don't know, some other complicated farms, because I do want to learn. It's just I drag my feet. I hesitate. I find redstone pretty intimidating. Don't believe you are younger than me. Yeah, well, I'm, yeah. We'll compare ages off stream. Not that I'm opposed to it here, but yeah. Sure, I can teach you, even if you want to do a copy world. Oh, there's an idea, Ajax. Or for that matter, even in a creative world or a peaceful world. I don't know. I know, well, with hostile mobs, you can't do it in either of those, I guess, right? Or maybe you can in a creative, at least figuring stuff out. But yeah, we could do that. Definitely could do that. Can't be peaceful, but creative, sure. Okay. Okay, well, perhaps at some point. Clearly, I'm not I'm not ready by any means at this point. I mean, what I really want to accomplish is getting my first shulker in the wild, in the natural way that people have been doing it for however many years that they've been around. Okay, what goes here? Not after andesite. Let's see, we would have cobblestone. Or would we have amethyst? Oh, and then we have basalt. Would you put basalt in the overworld? Or would you put basalt in the nether section, if I'm doing sections like that? Because you can find smooth basalt in the overworld in the geodes, and you can make basalt in the overworld by setting up the blue ice and the lava. I was a teen in the late 80s. Well, you might have to look this up, but the year I was born, President Eisenhower took office. I'll say that much. Yeah. And it's interesting, I don't feel like I'm that age mentally, other than the forgetting part. And sometimes the body doesn't want to cooperate with a lot of things. Let's see, Ajax says, I tried to color my sorting many times, so basalt goes in gray. Oh. You tried to color your sorting. That's interesting. Okay, I get you. See, that just throws another whole wrench in the whole thing, doesn't it? Because there's so many different ways you can sort things. Like you can sort stones and blocks by color. Or you can be like me and try to do things sectionally and then alphabetically. Or things that you know you use the most of, and then alphabetically. Now you're going to have B overthinking things again. Blame Ajax. There's my daughter. Welcome in, sweetie. My student teacher said that your voice would be perfect for reading stories and that you should also do some story reading. Well, gosh, that's quite flattering. And it's interesting because the thought at different times has crossed my mind. But when I listen back to my voice, I hear an old lady talking. But maybe people want to listen to grandmas. I don't know. Stories. Gosh, do we have any Minecraft stories we can tell? Anyway, I'm still here stuck with at my... what was I going to put in here? We were debating on amethyst, calcite. Calcite you don't get a lot of unless you go dig it out of a mountain, and that's where I did get most of mine. Dragon says, my daughter thought you sounded like a kid. Really? Maybe my voice is getting used to talking out loud. I just remember my first and second streams especially. I went back and listened to them myself, and it's like, I just sound like an old lady. This froggy, croaky voice. No one liked their voice. Well, that's true. It wasn't that I didn't necessarily like my voice. I kind of, my own perception was because I talked somewhat softly, especially in the first streams, was that it was more kind of along the lines of a Bob Ross. I know, always feel it sounds weird when I listen to mine. Yeah, I didn't, it's funny, I didn't really have a problem listening to my voice, but I was listening to the different tones and how I know sometimes I just kind of go faint, like I'm just kind of thinking out loud to myself. And the different things that I would do, like the very first stream especially, was I noticed I said a lot, and I know I'm repeating. Some of you have heard this several times. Yeah, there's the Bob Ross one. Thanks, Ajax. Oh, you're going to make me laugh. Yarnby says, I have a comforting voice. That's another thing, too. When I was at my daughter's, when I was on vacation in July, we were playing, and for a time, was it when I was here? No, I was back home already. And we were playing Sea of Thieves. And for a while, I was hearing her voice, or hearing my own voice back at me, but I couldn't tell if it was my voice or her voice. So we kind of sounded the same. And I know sometimes the inflections, of course, being mother-daughter, the daughters and kids pick up on those and have the same things. So there was that. There are entire book series. One of them is by Stacy Plays. I'm not familiar with that. Question though, if someone's reading a book or stories on, say, like a live stream or even in a YouTube, what happens to copyrights? I'd be concerned about that. Well, for now, I'm just going to put this kind of my old standby. This is cobblestone. Let's see, deep slate. Deep slate is overworld. Although, well, overworld. Define overworld. It's not the end and it's not the nether. But it's below ground or above ground. So if overworld is above ground, is that right? Then what's below ground? I mean, most of your rocks and stuff that you're going to dig out is below ground anyway, so I guess it's still overworld. Okay, this is going to be okay. Deep, no, wrong line B. Deep slate. And I'm going to put this one, I'm going to break from, no, come on, B. Deep slate cobbled. Although, trying to remember, which one is it? Deep slate is the one that you can't really turn into anything, so you have to break it down to cobbled deep slate. Dragon says, I can't wait for the copper golem. And Yarnbee says, I'm a little distracted by my student teacher. She talks. Maybe I shouldn't be reading that out loud if she's listening. I'm not sure about copyright stuff. Stacy is a big YouTuber. She did Dogcraft. I'm not familiar with that either. Yes, cobbled deep slate is the better one. Well, I'll still keep them. Sometimes I might want to build or something with actual just plain deep slate, right? And then to get cobbled deep slate back to deep slate, you have to cook it, correct? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I think copper is probably going to have its own section over there, or I will dig lower and make even more down below if I need to. Yeah, you cook the cobbled slate. Yeah, right. Okay, so that's D's. Oh wait, did I have another C? Only the copper, I think. And that I'm going to put elsewhere. The basalt. I'm going to have to make notes here. Oh, because I didn't do the amethyst. You know, when you guys come back next time, I'm probably going to have this all rearranged. Let's see. I was actually trying to put this together before I streamed, but it seems like every time I sat down, my brain would not focus on it. And I'm not sure. I know, my voice went away. Okay. Let's see. I have C's, B's, A's. Where's A's? Okay. I do have sheets. Oh, why is there no A on there? Wrong paper? No. So I actually thought about this ages and ages and ages ago, that I want to put together an ideal storage room. But you know what? Minecraft throws wrenches into that as well. Arg, my finger too big for typing. Yeah, I hear you. I was chatting in a stream earlier today, and what was it? He was going to raid out to someone, and the person to whom he was going to raid out to, I had put in the comment the person's screen name or their channel name, obviously, and I put Be Familia, which I guess is like familia is Spanish or Italian for family, which is not what I meant at all. But what I meant was familiar, and I just completely missed the R. So that was kind of a funny thing. Yes. Okay, these are not solid. These are not the blocks I want to look at. Well, yeah, that kind of... You know, on season 2 of Sakura, I redid my storage room, I think 3 or 4 different times. I did. And I'm not making much progress here. Talking a lot, just not making progress. Maybe I should do something constructive, like go out and farm my garden or something. No, I can't do that. I got too much stuff in my pocket. Okay. Settle down, figure it out, change it later. I didn't make the one for the calcite. That would go up there. See how I am? We'll just do that way. We'll just put a blank on here like this. Okay. Stand back up. Am I on all caps? Caps lock. No. Okay. They say, oh, and I didn't do amethyst. Amethyst would come before andesite. Okay. You can laugh at me all you want. It's okay. There. Decision made. No. We don't need another sign there. Yep. Gosh, B. Stop crouching. It's kind of like my forgetting to fly the other day, too. And I even did it yesterday, but I didn't die, at least. Don't take your stones for granted. Yeah, I know. Yeah. There's too many. And you know, even on the Minecraft wiki, you can look up blocks. And I think you can probably find a list of all the different blocks. But I don't know that you can get like all those that would fit necessarily in the category of rock type blocks and stone type blocks in one listing. So this is just gonna have to be how it is. What did I say was next? Calcite. Oops. No, wrong line. Next line B. Calcite. Okay, so I can put the calcite. Get off your haunches. There is a pack, and maybe that's not the right term, and I don't know what it's called, where you could take these that are all down. Here I am pointing again with my finger. Doesn't work. If you have them all down here in your pocket and you want them up there, you can grab one and then hit a button and it moves them all up. It's a pack you can add on Bedrock. Hi, Ron. Again, I figured you to be alphabetic. Indeed, I am. I'm definitely alphabetical. And how long have I spent here just on these three? Half an hour? Oh, is that embarrassing or what? Okay, I'm not going to put copper over here, so copper will not go here. We've got amethyst, we got calcite. Oh, wait. The basalt. No, basalt goes in the, I'm going to put it in the nether section. I gotta write this down or I'm gonna forget and make my decisions. Let's see. So we have amethyst, calcite, basalt. Whoops. What am I doing? We have, let's see, copper is in its own separate section because, you know, currently there's something like 70 plus different copper variants between all the different things that you can make and with their oxidation and all that different stuffs. You had it on Legends? That may be where I saw it. When does Legends start again? It's pretty soon, isn't it? Coming up? I know I've heard you guys talking about it. Let's see, so we basalt, magma, obby, no, copper, no, cobble. Are we back to the cobblestone? Anything else that would come before cobblestone? Bone block's its own separate thing, so that's not going to go. It's supposed to be November. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably starting all kinds of new stuff in November. I think, is it Dadcraft's community? I think he's planning on starting all of his different servers over in November. And those of us on Sakura's Mystery were probably the first of the year. I'm trying to think. Haven't been watching enough of the truly bedrockers to know when they start things over. Didn't they just... Because their fresh start wasn't that long ago, was it? I don't think so. And then, when does Farlands have a start over time at any time? And let's see. Speaking of something, got to do something here. See if I can remember. No, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. Come on, B. I did this yesterday. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Not. Shout out. There we go. Okay. Oh, you have to vote for when you restart? Okay. New Year-ish. Okay. Okay. I'm really looking forward to next Saturday for the 27th for the Minecraft Live, to find out what the new secret developing stuff is that they're planning on doing. Corner Hard was very, he was talking with another, who was the guy? His name was Steve, and his title is a game designer. He's the one, he had a guest on his stream today. He had the game designer is the one who designed the shipwrecks, all the sunken ships and all of that, and the buried treasure stuff. And I didn't catch all of it because I was in Sakura's Discord chatting about our new changes and what people are wanting. So I was kind of back and forth between the two, missing a lot. And that's why I was late getting stream started today too. I don't know about the hermit crafts because I don't watch any of them on any kind of regular basis. I might catch one here and there, but even that's far between. Ajax, for some reason, was thinking you were going to watch the eclipse on the 27th. The eclipse? Huh? There's an eclipse? I haven't watched Hermitcraft in a year or so. Yeah. There was somebody, I have a couple, I think, well, I won't even say that. I have some that I think I followed on Twitch. Hello, Taylor. How are you doing? Good evening? Yeah, I guess it is approaching evening. It's still only about 4:15 for me. The lunar eclipse is on the 27th. I was not aware of that. Not at all. Where I live, well, we would see the lunar eclipse, but there's just so much light pollution here that... and then you're on the east part of the country, and I'm on the west part of the country, so what we see could be different anyway. But the 27th, I know, is also a couple people's birthday. I'm not going to say whose on stream as far as the content creator, not mine. But it's also my brother's. I don't really watch Java because I play on console. Yeah, see, that's why let me backtrack. I'm stumbling over my words while I'm sitting here doing nothing. It's so easy to just chat when you're in stream. When I first started playing Minecraft, I was playing on the Xbox One S, because it came with Minecraft. And my son gave me just a handful of lessons, and it kind of got to the point where when I would ask him, he'd say, well, just Google it or YouTube it. So that's what I started doing. And I would find, obviously, the most popular was Hermitcraft stuff. So that's when I did watch a few of the hermits. I think I mentioned earlier there was a little bit of Mumbo, and there was, or maybe it was somewhere else I mentioned it, was Grian. I'm sure there were a few others that I caught at least a few YouTube episodes on. But then I realized that, or found out that Java and Bedrock had some very definite differences. So then I started paying attention in my searches, okay, are you guys playing on Java or are you on Bedrock? And that's when I came across Truly Bedrock. And that was their very first season. I found them they had probably been playing and putting out content for about a month when I first found them. And that's when I became acquainted with TNC Cuban also. And that's who owns the Sakura's Mystery server. It's his community server for anyone here that doesn't know. And so I started following their streams, and the more I watched them, the less, of course, I watched any of the Java content. And then it finally got to the point where I wasn't watching any Java content at all, because Truly Bedrock was my go-to, and there were a handful of other Bedrock players. I think there's a server called Broke Rock back then, and they're still around. And I don't know, probably not too many others than that at the time. A few independent streamers were out there, and I would watch them, but a lot of them have kind of gone the way of the dinosaur, you might say. Taylor says, Java and Bedrock, annoyingly and unnecessarily different. Since I haven't played on Java myself, I've only watched it and listened to what others say. Ron says 26th. Is that your birthday? I'm backing up here a little bit. I didn't know that, Ron. And I didn't know when Aliens was either. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, I'm sure I'll see you before then to say happy birthday in chat. And Dragon, let's see, she started on Pocket Edition before it was Bedrock. Ah, okay. See, my son started with Java 1.5 beta. And, you know, he's played some Bedrock, obviously, with me for a little bit, but not enough to really, you know, he can play it. I mean, it's still similar enough, but he doesn't even play Minecraft except on rare occasion these days. Let's see, Tear, Java, Bedrock, yeah, Tear, the languages they are programmed in are similar enough that they could be almost identical. You may know more about that than I do, but I was under the impression that maybe not so much. My husband's a programmer, and I know he knows the differences between Java and C++ and some of the other whatever languages he uses. But my husband is not at all into gaming. It was kind of funny once. I did give him a lesson on Minecraft. It lasted, I don't know, half an hour. Never to be seen again. Java and C++ are both object-oriented languages, similar design philosophy. I'll take your word on that, because to me that's all Greek. I am not at all computer literate in the sense of the languages. I can say a little bit of the terminology just because of things I've heard my husband talk about, and sometimes even my son, because my son's going into computer science. He's got about a year and a half left, I think, of school. He's got to look for a job. Where am I? Back to filing my stuffs. Cobblestone. Now, do I want to put cobblestone? Is that the next one? I could sit here and just talk all day and not get anything done. Pretty normal. Let's see. I guess cobblestone probably is the next one. So we'll leave these bottom two, I think, for cobblestone, because cobblestone itself will probably go in the upper one, and this will be the pieces parts. Cobblestone parts works for me. So we can put Whoop, that's not cobblestone. All this kind of stuff up here. Or I can sort it out later. Let's see. We got cobblestone. So then is it the deep slates? Okay, we'll go back to deep slate. Deep slate cobbled. And I know that's kind of weird, but you know, it's that alphabetizing methodology in my brain. Then we will have diorite, I think. Let's see. Yeah, if you're wondering what I'm doing when I'm sitting here, it looks like I'm just staring at that chest. I'm actually looking at a picture of my storage room that is much smaller on the other world I play on, and how I put there so I don't miss the blocks, because I don't really have them in a list. Do I want a separate thing for dripstone? What other things do we have in dripstone? We have the pointed dripstone. Or do we want to put dripstone? Well, dripstone isn't necessarily even with lush caves, is it? It's a separate kind of thing by itself. Yeah, we'll make a thing for dripstone. You guys are learning how Bee's mind works and why Bee is so slow on everything she does. Let's see, after dripstone, let's see, we're not into the M's or the O's yet. Salt's going to go elsewhere. Prismarine is under ocean. Silly me. I'm guessing this is time for, do I want, no, flint. Does anybody really ever stock up on flint? It's not really a block per se in the sense of like a stone or... I usually just store it with gravel. So I'm going to make this granite, or as some would say, granite. Wait, no, I think I'm gonna keep dirt and the grass blocks over in that other building up there where I had the original temporary storage. I'm just going to keep the dirt and stuff up there because it's only going to be used above ground anyway. So yeah, but alphabetically, yes, you would be right. Dirt would go there. Granite, okay, gravel. Oh, I hear my iron doing its thing. And flint. Just because you get flint from gravel. Well, I know I didn't put in there concrete, but you know, concrete is one of those things that you have to combine gravel and sand with to make. So it's going to be, I'll probably put it over beyond terracotta even. I'm hitting my mouse, it's by my elbow. Okay, so that brings us to flint, granite, netherrack goes in nether, obviously. Magma, while it can be found in overworld. Oh, then we got ice and snow. Do we want those as blocks? Is ice next alphabetically? F, G, H. I know what I can look in. Why did I not think of this before? Sorry, I know I probably kind of trailed off there for a minute. I have another alphabetical thing that will probably be a better refresher, but you might hear me flipping a lot of pages. Yeah, that's a thing I did. I might be a bit demented. I have a little notebook of all the items in the game in alphabetical order. Let's see, those are woods. Bees. Anything in here that's... Okay, the basalt, we agreed that's going into the nether. Those things will go elsewhere. Blackstone. Oh, blackstone. Oh, does that mean I have to go back here again? Blackstone is not the nether, but it... Yes, it is. Take that back. Blackstone's the nether. Okay, that goes on the nether list. Blackstone. Let's see, Ajax stocks flint, but that's for his gold farm. Ah, okay. Well, if that ever becomes a thing, I'll be sure to do that. You just never know. This is a long-term world. Magma goes next to my honeycomb. And fungus light blocks. Okay, pray tell why. Does that have to do with building farms too? That's very interesting. Taylor says the Minecraft item categorization problem. Oh, it will drive you absolutely insane. It absolutely will. And let's see, how many different worlds have I done this on? And I have never had the exact same storage in any world. And the Sakura servers worlds are the ones I have spent probably the most time in as far as individual worlds and their lengths, because they've been running about 2 years. And yeah, no, never the same. It's like the color order problem. Where does brown fit alphabetically? Pure and simple. Colors are alphabetical. Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Good evening, sir, and welcome in. Glad to have you here. You're gonna be bored to tears, though. I'm afraid, because all I'm doing is setting up my storage room. It's 100% manual, and I'm in the early stage of alphabetizing my blocks. We're working on the dig-outable kind of blocks, like stone and cobblestone and obviously that stuff. So what comes after gravel that fits that category? I was debating on whether I wanted to put ice in here or not, but ice, I'm kind of leaning yeah, since I put amethyst in here too. And I think ice probably is the next alphabetically. Then there's the problem of what do you do with ore blocks while you leave them in their ore stage. Because you can use them even while they're in their ore stage. Seems like good Zen fun for me. I'm just working and writing an assessment report. Okay, well, have at it. And if you need to lurk away. What did I say here? Ice. Oops. Capital ice B. Ice. And I think this will probably be all of the ices, because I'm trying to, well, maybe in the nether, I'll use an ice road somewhere at some point. I know Elder Mike used to make a lot of the ice roads on Sakura. I'll lurk a bit to make fish and chips. Ooh, you're gonna make enough for me too? Sounds good. See, this is Friday though, so we get takeout. Of course, we get takeout half of the week. We get takeout on Thursdays, we get takeout on Fridays, we get takeout on Sundays. And then, I cook maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. And if I don't, it's fend for yourself. I've gotten quite lazy in my advanced leveling up. Okay, after ice, what do we get after ice? See, this is where I should be looking at those blocks that I brought over and put in the not there, B, in the drop-off. Okay, andesite, we've done that. Oh, I didn't do any mossy cobblestone. Will that go under, I go with lip smacking. Mossy cobblestone go under cobblestone. Okay, I've done the amethyst. I've done the calcite. Snow block is an S. That's not under ice. Mossy cobble. Dilemma. Diorite. We've done that. We've got the dripstone. Got the gravel. Got the granite. These go in the nether. See, I did kind of separate them out for the nether. And we're putting the basalt under the nether too, right? Now obsidian. I think I'm gonna, and crying obsidian. I find those mostly in the overworld, so they'll go over here too. And I don't have any ice blocks at all, do I? I don't. Okay, so what did I say came after? Okay, well, let's put away the ones I already have. Amethyst, put that there. Fantastic. Sherlock Fox says, of course. Right, it's cooking for a crowd then. Okay, so your chips, are those like the French fry style chips that we get here in the US, or are they the English style chips that the Europeans get? Because I know you're north of the border. So when you refer to chips, French fry style, okay, all right. Now, does your area also have that that dish that they call poutine? Poutine? How's it pronounced? Poutine? I know it's like fries with a gravy over them. Poutine, okay. Poutine. Is that from your area? Because I don't believe that's really all of Canada, is it? Ajax says, for me, gravel, sand, glass, and dye go together, plus terracotta. Oh, very interesting. Okay, sand and glass, yes, I can see that. And I can see gravel to an extent because you combine the gravel sand for concrete. But the dye, yeah, I put that with flowers just because that's an alphabetical. And it's not an actual block. Fantastic. Sherlock Fox says, I'll lurk a bit to make... Oh, we already read that. Got to jump down a little bit. I love takeout, but need to cook. It's part of how I relax. Ah, very good. Very good. Now doing dishes. Oh, you want to come do my dishes? I have a kitchen full of them that I've been neglecting. I'll happily take a pass. I'm sure you'll take a pass on doing my dishes too. That's fine. If you did that, you'd have to bring Delenn with you. French fry style. Yeah, okay. Taylor, fat, soggy chips. Taylor, what part of the world are you in? You don't have to be dead set specific, but, country. I don't care. State. That's good. Major, large city. Nobody can find people in those anyway. FSF, and we do fries with cheese curds. Okay, I have never had cheese curds bathed in gravy. Well, okay, in a second I'll tell you a story. And it's available across Canada, but it's far more popular in eastern Canada. Okay, we're in the west, so it's less of a big deal. Gotcha. Okay, Ajax, there are things I'd color So that why they go together, but that's my thinking. I get that because I know terracottas get dyed and stuff like that. Tears in the UK and fat soggy chips is the UK style. Okay. See, I like my fries when I rarely have them these days because they're not a very dietetic thing for me. I like a thinner fry, and I like it to be pretty crispy. We have a place here called In-N-Out Burger, and their fries are a little bit fatter than, like, say, McDonald's. So when I order them from there, on the rare occasion that I do, I order them extra crispy because I like a crunch. Yeah, exactly what you said, Tare. Crunchy fried fries, they're the best. Yeah. Anyway, going back to the story. Sherlock Fox will appreciate this, I think. Any other, and Ron Bent will too if he's still listening or not. So recently I was at, well, not that recently, but not too long ago, I was at Walmart. And I knew the Canadians have that dish called poutine. And in the freezer section, there was this item on sale, and it's poutine. Okay? And I think they had added chicken to it, though, and I don't know if that's a normal thing or not, but I think it had chicken. And they were kind of your microwavable dish type things. So I bought 3 of them, one for each of us. Now, mind you, these are not huge dish meals. They were on sale for $4 a piece, $4 US a piece. Their original price was marked at something like $8 a piece. And I don't normally buy odd stuff I'm not real familiar with, I guess is probably the best way to say it. And I thought, I've heard so much about these, because even one of the gals that was on Sakura with us for a while, Amanda, she's Canadian, and she would mention it. And so I've heard about it for a long time. So I thought, we'll try them. So I bought 3 of them, brought them home, made them. I'm trying to think. I think you could put them in they weren't microwave, they were oven. You put them in the oven. And when I opened the boxes, one of the plasticized kind of trays that was still oven proof was chipped up a bit. So I just made sure I picked out, the pieces of chip so it didn't cook into the food. And put them in the oven for the required time. And then when I took them out, it's like one of them looked really, really odd. It was the one that was chipped. The container was chipped. And so I let my husband and my son have the other 2. And they were okay, kind of, with them. And the one that was chipped, I pulled the box out, and I'm looking at the box. The expiration date on the box had been like 6 months before. So I really didn't get to try them to see how they tasted. I just said, nah, this just looks too off. And I didn't eat them. So that's my poutine story. Yes, as I stood there and got nothing done. Okay. I could tell funny stories like that all the time. It's like I remember I was in one of the stream chats of someone, and something about a bear was brought up, and I says, I got attacked by a bear once. And my daughter, if she's still here listening, she was kind of part of that chat. So maybe that was here, I don't remember. But the bear was, we were in Yosemite on a backpack trip. We were going to do the Half Dome hike. That seems a little sketchy. I would definitely avoid expired poutine. Yeah, I definitely did. And so we got into the base camp kind of late at night. And I put our stuff, well, most of our stuffs into the bear boxes that the campsite provides. And then we did whatever we all did with our meals and all that kind of stuff and set ourselves to our respective beds. It was a group of us. And I was just sleeping under the stars in my little mummy sleeping bag. And I realized as I'm preparing myself to sleep in this bag, which for those of you who don't know, the best way to stay warm in a mummy sleeping bag, or at least according to the directions on the one I had, is you remove your clothing. So I'm in the sleeping bag, and I realized I had not put my fanny pack into the bear box. And I knew in my fanny pack I had a bag of Skittles and I don't know, probably chapstick or some kind of lip balm. And I thought, well, the bear boxes were really full. I have half my clothing off already. I don't feel like putting it back on. And getting out of my sleeping bag, walking all the way over to the bear box, opening it up, making all the noise and racket to put it in. So I just kind of tossed it a little more than arm's length away from me in the dark. Well, in the middle of the night, I'm awakened by this sounds. And I could feel the hot breath. There was a bear standing right over me and my sleeping bag. I was totally frozen. It's like, no. Do I move? And my first thought is, okay, is it really a bear? Maybe it's just a raccoon. Maybe it's just some other kind of night creature. But it was a bear. And thankfully, I did make a movement. And guy shouting out towards my, well, at that point he was still just my fiance and he was over in his own tent. And he wasn't coming out of his tent. I don't blame him, but at the same time, it's like, where's my knight in shining armor? You're supposed to chase the bears away. Let's see, going back, Sherlock Fox says, frozen was likely a good way to be at that moment. Yeah, it really was, I think. And Dragon says, I knew someone who married a woman from the UK and found out that fanny means something very different in the UK. Okay, you got me there, because I don't know what it means in the UK. So, anyway, could say butt bag, I don't know. So, but anyway, I finally got other people in the camp waking up, including my then fiance, and it was enough. It scared the bear away, but you could hear the bear going through the camp because there were other late arrivals who had come in, and there was no room in any of the bear boxes for their stuff, so they just had their, or maybe they didn't know, I don't know. You could hear the bear going through and ripping through their backpacks. I bet they had fun packing out when they did. It's not family friendly. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I'll have to Google it maybe later or something. So, but that's my bear story, my close encounter with a bear. I'm alive to tell it, and that's what I'm thankful for. Okay, ice. What comes after ice? We're still back on ice. What time is it? What time did I start? Start at 1500? Oh gosh, really? It's been almost 2 hours already? Wow, time flies when you're not doing much and you're just yapping your flap. That's the family-friendly version, where fanny refers to the backside of a person. Oh, got it. I see. Very interesting. Would never have put two and two together on that one. But then, interestingly enough, most people did wear them on the front, so maybe that's where it came from. Okay, we'll change the subject. Okay, ice. Magma goes in the nether. Oh, that's right, I was putting some stuff away. Calcite. Yeah, that's where I got distracted. See, Bee does a pretty good job of just distracting herself. Would I have diorite? And I know we've got dripstone down here. We could put that away. And I know we got gravel. It's up here. See, now I also, besides, putting these in mostly alphabetical order for the ones that I want to group together, the next thing will be memorizing where they are. And every time I go to Sakura, which I think my storage there is no more total than what's on that wall right there. This is like 4 times the amount, 3 times the amount, 4 times. So there's going to be a lot more here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not at stone yet. I'm not at tough yet. Go up there. I don't have... I'm going to put the 2 obsidians in the same box. And granite. Do I have the granite one? Yes, I must, because... Yes, I did it before gravel. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. And see, when we come back on next time, hopefully this will all be done. And I'm sorry, I'm looking up something. I'll be right back. Promise. I will. Okay. Quartz. That's what I'm forgetting. Does quartz come next? Although right now I have the quartz. The quartz is up here. That's what I should look at. Oh, it's raining. I should go fishing. Quartz. These guys. Let's see. I was putting things. So we have block of quartz. Then we have glazed terracotta. That'll go with the terracottas. We have bricks. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave the bricks up here. With the guys that because that's the only way I make them, is I trade with the villagers for them. This guy's got the terracottas. He's got the quartz. Okay. I don't think I put anything up there. Those. It's clay. I don't have the... I guess I could make blocks. I didn't leave a box for the clay. That will have to be one I refigure. Yeah. And granite and stone. And I know I have cobblestone out there in a cobblestone generator chest, collection chest. I have stuff in here. Here's the glass. That'll go with sand area. Vines go, and pumpkin seeds go with the plants. Poisonous potatoes. You know, the silliest reason I keep those is because I once saw some, Hello, friends. Snot-nosed kid. Go away. I don't need your carrot either. What was I saying? Oh, goodness. Let's see. Quartz. We need one for quartz. Got so much room here. Think about this. We don't have one for ore blocks. O comes before Q. OPQ. We got prismarines. Those are ocean stuffs. Sorting this all out. Why is it such a chore? Prismarines. You know what? I'm going to put quartz. Oh wait, quartz, obsidian. Ajax, poison. Oh, poison potatoes. Yes, thank you for the reminder. And let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do one other thing over here because I forgot to do it earlier. Let me double check, see who I did do it for. I did it for. Let me scroll back. I gave Ron a shout out. It's shout out for Snow Beans. He was here earlier. May still be lurking. I don't know. Whoop, not caps. Shout out. How does he spell it? Oh gosh. S-N-O. Is it underbar? Beans? Let me look real quick. Yes, although, is that capital? I don't know. Does it matter if it's capitalized? I don't know. I don't know if that goes to his. Well, I hope that's for him. I'm so bad at this. Of course, I wonder, you know, as a streamer, can you click on someone's name and do shout out, or do you have to actually do the shout outs in that same manner? I don't know. I'm still learning. I don't know. Where was I again? Oh, the potatoes. I'm sorry, Ajax, the potatoes. Yeah. Well, I did type it, so hopefully it's the right link to his channel. The poisonous potatoes, what I saw someone use them for, and why I hang on to them, is if I do something where you have to put the placeholders in hoppers, like if I ever automated this thing, this room, they use renamed poisonous potatoes with that, with, you know, whatever their choice of words are as a placeholder. See, streaming or modding, there's quick click buttons for ban and timeout, but not shout out. Okay, yeah, well, I've done some modding. I do that for Cuban and a couple other guys that don't stream very often. Actually, FSF, would you be open to being a mod here? That's not saying you have to be here all the time by any means. But, you know, for those times you're here, I'm just looking to add a few mods that, you know, if they're around when I need them, it's helpful. Because I always forget the things like, oh, that's right, you're working though. No, I don't want to interrupt your work schedule. No, forget I said anything. I just thought about that. Nope. Okay, granite, gravel, ice. I was putting the quartz down here, but I'm putting obsidian here. I'm going to leave one empty chest. Obsidian, crying obsidian, Sid-E-N, and obsidian. Why does that one not look right? Let's see, it says, I'm happy to be a mod for you. I have references. I mod for ITT. Yeah, I know you're a mod, especially for Delenn. Okay, okay. Let's see, I can probably even do that for you right now, I believe. / mod. It doesn't. Okay, here I am in all caps again. MOD. Fantastic underbar Sherlock Fox. Okay, you should be a mod now. Hey, Nope, welcome in. Nope's the other one I made a mod. He's with me on the Sakura's Mystery. So, well, absolutely FSF. One of my trusted peeps. So now I feel I've got a little better coverage. My son's a mod and my daughter's a mod. Oh, and Scrublord will be too? You know, I have no problem making many people a mod. That way, because I know and I don't expect everyone to be here all the time. There you go. Got it. Okay. Okay. There. Now I feel really comfortable. And both of you, Scrublord and FSF, you're both very familiar with who the streamers are in the community, so any of them that show up, they would get shout outs, and you both know that, of course, I'm family friendly and prefer to keep things that way, and you know all the stuffs. I really appreciate it. Thank you both very much for stepping up for that, and thank you, Nope, for doing that for me yesterday as well. And I would trust Ajax and Polly with that too, but I know a lot of times they're busy. And with the timing, I'm not sure. Usually I'm a little bit earlier than I am today, and I wanted to know, we're at 2 hours, right? Are we at 2 hours? We are at 2 hours. We're over 2 hours. So, gosh, that went fast. Did I tell enough stories today? I didn't accomplish anything, that's for sure. Scrub says, I try. Glad to do it, B. Well, before you expected? Nope. Well, okay, Fridays, usually I try to start sometime as early as 2, but Corner Hard was streaming today, and I wanted to catch his stream, and he even went a half hour over what he usually goes. He usually only streams for an hour. And oops, got an ad coming in real quick. Maybe I'll just keep blabbering my mouth for the next 5 minutes. FSF says, I enjoyed the stories. Scrubs says they were definitely good stories. Thanks, guys. I just really appreciate how encouraging all of you guys are. I mean, it's just amazing. And yeah. Okay, and again, I see someone named Smiling V. Excuse me, Smiling V followed me 8 minutes ago. My alerts aren't working, so my apologies for not acknowledging that earlier. I still need to get all that stuff sorted out. I'm such a tech noob. Ad starts in just under 2 minutes, but it's only for 30 seconds. So there's that. Well, let me go ahead and, going just a little bit over isn't that much of a problem. What do I have here? The obsidian. We'll do the obsidian. Get the obsidian in here. And I don't know if I've been too loud for my family. I've left my door open to my room today. And let's see, I put the quartz in here. Quartz. We'll probably come up with more stories in the future too, as things kind of come to mind, or people mention things in chat and remind me of things. Let's see. I have, oh, I didn't put the andesite away. Silly me. Oops, that's not andesite. This one's andesite. So we will have, well, I don't need the signs there anymore. We'll have glass. Go ahead and put the vines away and put those away while we're waiting. Ad starts in 22 seconds. Of course, there's probably a delay, and you guys have probably already had the ad. I don't know. It's funny how this stuff works. Let's see, this is tough. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ground plants. Okay. Would you consider vines a ground plant? And who should I be rating out to today, too? I think I'm going to put vines. Although, if I build... no, I'm not going to mention that. I was going to mention if I build my usual wood chopping place. Vines belong in the leaves chest. Nope, I don't have a leaves chest. I don't know how long you've been here, if you were lurking at all, but this is my new Solo World storage chest. In fact, nope. Nope's probably in the ad right now. Weird as it sound, vine go with cobblestone. Oh, Ajax, you just threw a different thing at me. And yeah, although I get the point of why you would put them there, I do understand that. Oh, funny. Who's live and streaming at the moment? Let me go refresh another page I have open. Oh, Eric's still live. Who's... Hang on. Ruse is live, but he's on Stardew Valley. Well, from my standpoint, it's probably going to be Eric today. So, okay. Anyway, nope. You can hear me or not hear me at the moment. Are you in an ad? Is the ad over? This is the first time you've seen my Solo World, right? I don't think you've been here. I can hear you. Okay. Fire. Okay, just, there isn't a lot to my Solo World. I took over a village. I made the prerequisite farms. I made a little fishing hole out there. On National Bee Day, which was some Saturdays ago, I built my usual honey farm. Is this the new one, or what hit me? Who hit me? That was like a creeper, but nothing blew up. What? Oh, it's not a creeper. It's one of those. I haven't slept in a few days. Stop moving. I want to shoot you. Did I shoot him? Oh, oops, you know what? Well, I can't sleep anyway. We'll just avoid them. Let's see. Is this the new one? The new one? This is my Solo World. Stop hitting me. This is my Solo World. And I made a honey farm on National Bee Day on stream. Okay. But and I have my lava farm, and it's just a small one. I have a horse. I have a cobblestone farm. I have my smelters. I mean, it's all pretty just basic stuff to start. I have my iron farm, my very first, I built it, iron farm. Well, technically my first, technically not my first. My very first was on a sky map, and it wasn't with the villagers all around like this. They were just in a little huddle that was encapsulated, and it was just a small one, and they were all fed into a lava blade in a corner, the golems. And I spent on stream once a couple of weeks ago zombifying all my villagers. I had enough gold for all but the last 9. Last week I went out on a mission to find gold, and I had to go 4,000 blocks in that direction. Really? Aim. You need aim. Stop moving. Yeah, I know. Don't hit me again. No. Okay, Bee's running. This time Bee's running because Bee was down a little bit from... Bee, why do you do this to yourself? Really? Will I die? Eat. That's a good thing. Yeah, she was panning for gold in the river. That's right, I was panning for gold in the river. Let's see, can I get that witch? Where's that witch? Oh, I don't want to be in... Yeah, this is where I want to be. What'd you do with the witch? Where'd she go? Nope, she's going to get me again. This time I probably will die. Anyway, I was talking about the villagers and going out to the Badlands. If I die, at least I'm here. And now it's thundering. This is how you end a stream, right? You go crazy. You do the crazy stuff. You go speechless. Anyway, panning for gold. I went 4,000 blocks out to the Badlands because it's the closest Badlands to me, only to come back after stream and find that I did have the amount of gold I needed in that had not yet smelted in my smelting place. But it was a fun adventure. Had a good time. I think stream had a good time too. Anyway, where was I? I was showing Nope. The only other thing that I have here on my... I'm not going to go into the... Nope, she's still here. She won't leave me alone. Okay. Bee, you can take her on. You know you can. You've done it before. What if you go out this door, go the long way around, really go the long way around. Go this way. You're almost healed up. Yeah, she still got me, didn't she? Silly witch. Wasn't very nice of her. There's a guy I watched. He was brand new to Minecraft. He plays everything, all of the he's a variety streamer. He plays everything on easy. And he had, like I said, he'd never played Minecraft before. He's very slow at it, but he does okay. He built he likes to build a story. And one of his whole story lines was a witch. The witch was everything. She was following him. It just, everywhere he went, there was a witch. She's found me. And I think he might have even made up a song for her. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Everything in the world that happened was the fault of the witch. And now that I am here, yeah, what am I doing? I am ending stream. I am going to go to Eric. That wasn't what I wanted to do either. B. My brain's misfiring. It's doing about 16 things at once. That's what I wanted to do. Kind of, sort of. Okay.